to make sure I could set up before actual 6 o'clock time. Now I just have to get on my phone to watch and see what happens, and hopefully I don't kick myself off. I have been having some phone issues lately. All right, let me. Good. All right, turn on my volume. All right. So 3 minutes early. See what happens in the next 3 minutes. I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, but hello, anime. That's what it looks like to me. Sorry. How you doing? All right, 11 people. So people got the notification. I'm just hoping that most of my people watching are my people, not a different groups of people. Um, Hannah D, hello, how you doing? I don't even know if I remembered if I told Jerry or not, so I might not have a moderator tonight. So this is going to be an interesting night. Um, I'm just getting started and set up. I had a long, boring day. Not really boring, as in nothing going on, but boring in the sense that I I didn't do anything really exciting. I mean, I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, yesterday I worked in here. Um, Today I wanted to get my trying to think here, my laundry, and I'm having trouble again. So give me a second. All right, there we go. So yeah, today I kind of took it easy. I just did like the bare necessities. Um, so all I did today was laundry and sit back and relax. Which I think, you know what, every so often that's what you need to do. You need to take a day of your week, hopefully a day off, and just do bare minimum and spend the rest of the day relaxing. So the only thing I really have left to do, which I'm probably going to do before I go to sleep, and might help wear me out, is fold the clothes. Sometimes I wait until the next day to fold clothes depending on my energy level, but I can never tell. We had the same kind of day. We all need one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know how people can just keep going and going and going and not have at least one day a week to just, you know, either do bare minimum or nothing at all, but just enjoy the day. Oh, these glasses I have to go back outside, otherwise I'm gonna go. Where's my glasses? Um, Speaking about glasses, I am waiting for a phone call from the eye doctor or his office in house saying my new glasses is ready. If I don't hear anything from them Monday, because I don't even remember when I had that appointment, I'd have to go back and look at my calendar. But I'm waiting for those glasses because the I have like four different pairs of reading glasses that I use. I have one for in here, I have one from the computer, and then I have one in the bedroom, plus a pair in a hard eyeglass case to wear to work, basically. And when I get these new ones, which are supposed to be all surrounding, basically they're supposed to wear them all the time, which means at work I'm gonna have to have some sort of strap to keep them strapped to my head or keep them from falling off and getting damaged. But they're type of they he called them a trifocal because there's like a square box in the bottom of the eyeglass where your correct your my reading level glass is, because I don't need glasses to see distance. I need glasses right here. So what it is there's like a little box where you use to read, while the area surrounding that box is just your regular type of glass, I guess you'd say, or normal vision. Because it's like 40, it's like 2020, 2040, 2060 or something like that, which, I was wondering if that would ever be a problem that cropped back up from my childhood because well, shortly after we got to Germany, the military doctors realized I had what they called lazy eye, and so it was like I had back then. This eye was like 20/40, while this eye was like forget about it, and couldn't see straight. Um, and they called it lazy eye. So for a while, I had a pair of glasses with a patch over my good eye, and I had to learn how to adjust my bad eyes so I could see. Pair of glasses on, running around looking like a modern day. Well, I didn't have the clothing like I do nowadays, but a modern day pirate. Had to patch over the eye. Oh, can't see nothing because But it was fun times. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened in Germany that was for the betterment. Kathy Drivers, how are you doing? How's North Carolina? How's your weather? My weather the last couple of days have been chilly and breezy. I think yesterday's high was 36 with the wind chill factor making it feel like 28. Which means at nighttime it felt like it was in the teens, even though it was only in the like a ten degree difference between day and night, basically. Um, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Hopefully, it's going to bring some decent temperatures. Unfortunately, between the windy weather and the cold temperatures, um, I could not do what I wanted to do this weekend, which was basically put up the outside decorations. But between the cold and the wind, it's not gonna be it. Anna Marie, how you doing? Um, it was a no go because I did not want to chase lawn ornaments across the lawn because most of our lawn ornaments are either hollow or blow. I don't even know if we have a Christmas blow up. We might. I don't remember. Or if we did, we ended up getting rid of it because the motor got messed up or something. Didn't it stopped working basically. It was no longer a blow up. It was a let's flap in the wind type ornament. Our weather's been not so bad, a little on the warmer side for this time of year. Kathy, I've been watching the weather and I've noticed. Hi, Rebecca. No, you're not late to the party. You just started moments ago, like not even 10 minutes ago. I noticed when I was looking at the weather radar for the week, like we've got a cold front coming down from Canada, while a warm front coming along the north coast, out of the Gulf Coast region. Rainy in Connecticut. You know what? Rain's not that bad. The only time rain is bad is if it rains and then freezes and snows overnight, because then you don't realize there's frozen water underneath that snow, and that makes for some dangerous travels. That's one of the reasons why if I go traveling, I will not be traveling in the northern part of the U.S. during the winter months. I'll I'll drive the southern way, windy and rainy. Hey Jesse, glad to see you. I'm actually glad people are actually coming on early. It's one of the reasons why I decided to start at 6 p.m. and hopefully maybe end it around 8:30, depending on how good the conversations go. Power outages due to high winds, yes. I was kind of surprised we didn't have that problem around here yesterday, because yesterday was when it was the most. It was the windiest yesterday with winds at 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts of wind up to 50. And I went, yeah, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing outside. I'll do it all outside. Hey, Marguerite. Um, so it's kind of like one of those. I want to get the outside. decorations up, and I might have to do it on a weekday before I go to work, depending on the weather. I mean, if it's windy, no. Cold, I can bundle up and do that. I can put on my heavy coat and my warm gloves and go out there. And I have a set of warm gloves where it has like a mitten flap, and what it is it looks like a mitten, but when you take this flap up over your fingertips, and it magnetizes to the back of your hand or back of the glove. And the same thing with the thumb. You have basically your fingertips exposed, but the rest of your hand is keeping warm in the glove. So it's not that harsh on your hands when you're trying to manipulate wires and whatnot. Sorry, there's also got like a 75 degrees in Texas, yeah, with a cool wind started. Well, I lived in Arizona for a number of years, and um, when you start getting 75 degrees, when you're used to 100 and some odd degrees in the summertime, you're like, yes, it's cooling down. Then you wake up in the morning time in December, January, going, where did this cold 35-degree weather come from? Um, which I've been around a lot of different places, so I just learned how to adapt. Um, yes, it was very windy yesterday here in good old Missouri. Yes, it was, Jesse. That's one of the reasons why my outside decorations are not up, because it was very windy. Um, I'm glad you're here, actually, Marguerite, because I don't remember, because a lot of times you come in towards the end of the videos, so it was good that you get. Well, I did text message Marguerite, especially because she's always complaining about missing my videos. So I'm like, I'm coming on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Central Standard Time. Um, but yeah, Hannah, down there in Tech, I've never lived in Texas. At least not to my memory. I don't think I was alive when my parents were down in Texas when Dad was at tech school for the Air Force. But no, I mean I lived in Arizona for almost 10 years. I mean from like 83, 84 to 94, 95, something like that. And I was so glad to move out of. I'm not a desert person. I'll take 75-degree weather. I'll take 65-degree weather. I'll take 55-degree weather. When it starts getting towards the lower 40s, that's when I'm like, okay, it's time to warm. It's time to get some warm clothes, warmer clothing on. Um, but you know, it is what I mean. You decide where you live. You end up learning how to adapt, or you're like my mom. It wasn't really our decision to live in Arizona after my father passed away. It just when they gave him his three choices of duty stations to retire at, and he was bound and determined to retire in Arizona since they won't allow GIs to retire in a foreign country. Because my dad was ready to retire from the Air Force and work for a company in Germany as an American liaison between this company and English speaking nationalities. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just catch up. Oh, Brenda, you got here. Um, I've been here for more than 20 years, still making me laugh when I see people in down coats this time of year. I'm from Alaska, so this is, yeah, the weather you're getting right now, that 75-degree weather, that's in Alaskan summer. 49 degrees in Cali. Oof. That's getting down there. That's kind of cold for California, unless you live like Northern California, where you're closer to the mountains and Oregon State. Because I know the Northern California it gets its fair share of snow and cold weather. Um, but no, I mean, this time of year, I'm just like, okay, I have autumn weather clothing like this. This is a medium weight long sleeve shirt and light to medium pajama pants. But I've also got my heavy duty warm pajamas and sweatshirts and whatnot sitting at the ready. Like, yeah, today's gonna be a sweatshirt day. You know, that kind of thing. Um, but other than that, I mean, things around here have been okay. I mean, I miss Jerry. Jerry's been gone a whole week. She's down in, actually, she's in Vegas right now visiting her sister and her nieces. So I kind of envy that she's visiting family. I mean, Julie and I don't always see eye to eye, but that's the difference in people. And I mean, her daughters and her, they respect who I am for who I am, not my choices and beliefs or religions or anything like that. It's just sometimes the way she acts, and that's just Julie for you. It's that New Yorker in her that's always there. Margaret, I'm glad you asked that question. Jerry is actually doing fairly good. I mean, they're between Lisa and Julie, her sister. Um, they're taking care of her pretty good. There are days where she has energy, but then blows it because they go gallivanting through Vegas, or wherever. Um, I know today when I tried to call her earlier because we were supposed to do our budgeting. I heard in the background her niece. Well, I don't really want to give the niece's name away. I just call her Caitlin. Um, that's not her real name. It sounds very close to it, but it's not. And then the other, I heard her in the background, and she just got done doing getting her certification for a tattoo artist. She's done several of her own. Jerry's hoping that she'll get one from her. I would love it if she came out here because there's a couple small, if not medium sized tattoos that I would love to have. Um, the only reason why I haven't done any tattooing yet is financial. You know, I've got I've got the ideas, I've got the pictures and whatnot on my phone. It's just a matter of getting somebody who can transfer it from the phone to an actual template onto my arm and my leg. I've got one for up here. I've got one for here on my wrist. Actually, I think it's going to be on my right side, and then I've got one for up my leg. Um, yes, it's kind of strange for a 50-year-old man to talk about getting tattoos because a lot of times they say at the age of 50, um, getting a tattoo is a little difficult because of pain sensitivity and things like that. I'm like, pain is not my problem. No, I've gone through a lot of pain in my life, physical and mental and spiritual. I don't think I can. I mean, I think I can handle the pain of a tattoo, or two, or a dozen. No, I don't think I'll go that far. But I want them. I've been wanting them for years. The only thing is, the first time I started wanting tattoos, um, I was back in my 20s when I was into ElfQuest, and I wanted a couple elf tattoos. Um, but you know, it's one of those things. It's combination of, well, back when I first started wanting tattoos because I saw people with ElfQuest tattoos, and I went, that would look good on my leg. And it helped me cover up my legs because my legs, my arms. I take off my not to get graphic or anything like that, but when I take off my pajama pants and my shirt, I'm pale white, and I don't. I mean, I joke with it all the time. I'm like, "Well, no, I'm not white. I'm neon white. Okay, I can glow in the dark and light up a room. That's how white I am. Um, and it has nothing to do with racialism. It's just the fact that I'm like pale white. I can easily paint my face and whatnot and wear a pair of white pants or something like, or underwear that you wouldn't be able to see the difference of skin or no skin, and walk around dressed up as a freaking skeleton or a ghost, and people like, is that right? Is that a ghost or is that a human being walking around? That's how bad it is. Um, I joke about it because I've lived this way all my life. I've been this white all my life. Um, I growing up 3 years in Germany where it was cold all year round for me as a kid, um, I didn't get much sun. And we learned when we got to Phoenix, Arizona, I can't get in the sun. I cannot stay in the sun very long because I don't tan. I burn, peel, and then I'm white again. And there's no change in my skin. My skin tone stays white no matter what. I can go to if I wanted a tan, I'd have to go get one of those spray on tan jobs, and I'm like, no. If I cannot get it naturally, then God does not want me to have a different pigmentation than being white. You know, my one of my best friends who was what would it get on my sorry, say this real quick. I had a friend of mine in Arizona who was African American. We're gonna be polite about it. And he he would come over to my house and we would go swimming because we had a pool in the backyard. And every time I go to get into the pool without a shirt, it's like, boy, you are not right. I'm like, what do you mean? You just got burned a week ago and you're white again. I don't know. Um, yes, Marguerite, I used sunscreen and it did not do a lick of good for me. I just burnt instantaneously. Not really instantaneously. I stay out for more than an hour in Arizona sunlight and I'm burnt. You know. Sheila, you asked me what kind of tattoo. It would be Nordic. It would be Nordic. Let's see if I can do this real quick without messing me up. If I can only find um sugar. Where did I save all those pictures for the tattoos? Sorry, ladies. I know where they are. I just can't seem to find them. Let's see here. Is it lifestyle? Yes. Where is? Nope. Nope. Not that. I don't want TikTok. It must be Pinterest that I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, because Pinterest has all my stuff on it. At least I think it. No, it's not Pinterest. Oh no. Well, this isn't Pinterest anyhow. This is Instagram. Sorry. Well. Yeah. Gosh darn it all. Used to have it so easy, and then things got so complex with technology. So I'm sorry if I don't see any of your questions right now, but oh bugger. Here we go. Pinterest. Yep, there we go. Now if I can just get into my file folders. Well, it's shopping. It's not tattoos. Here we go. Um, well, there's one that I wanted. Hold on, if I can hold that up, you guys can see it. That's one I wanted on my arm. And where's the om? Okay. Um. Yeah. There we go. See what I put. And then that one on my forearm. And I'm just not gonna look them all up because I don't want to. I want to pay attention to you guys. I don't want to be flipping through my stuff Hey, kicking. Um, I just burned pill all over again, so I just stay. Well, you know what, Sheila? The only problem I have with that is there's a lot of things that I want to do that you have to be in the sun for. I mean, I want to go camping. I want to go, hiking or trail walking or things that you can't really do at night because of dangers, unseen dangers, and just things like that. Happy Saturday. Thanks, Susan. Um, I don't remember if there was a Nordic word for Saturday. I know the major ones. I mean, Tuesday is Tears Day. Thursday is Woden's Day or Odin. Um, Thursday is Thor's Day. And then there's Friday, which is Freya Day. I don't remember Monday. I think Monday has something to do with the moons, and Saturday and Sunday had to do something. Actually, I don't think they had a Saturday or Sunday on the old pre-Christian calendar or the pre-Roman Greco calendar or whatever you call it. Um, but do you know if Jerry is going to do her? I don't know. Jerry is currently in Vegas with her sister and nieces. They wanted a surprise, but they actually wanted to surprise Jerry's sister Julie for Thanksgiving, but um, things didn't go exactly as planned, so they didn't leave here until after Thanksgiving. Um, so I had to basically devour the Thanksgiving leftovers for like 2 or 3 days straight. Mom didn't like leftovers. I do. You know, and all we got was like two turkey legs, but we only cooked one. Um, and we got a pre-cooked turkey breast on the bone, one half of a turkey on the bone. Um, so the other what was it? The weekend they left, I picked all the turkey meat off the leftover carcass, and that ended up becoming dinners or lunches or both. I have no problem with leftovers as long as they're tasty. I'll eat them. Actually, what I ended up doing with half of the leftover carcass was mix barbecue, like sauteed in barbecue sauce, and then nuked it whenever I wanted it. It was pretty good. Mom's actually doing well. She spends most of her time in her room as usual. I wish, I'm like, Jerry and Lisa aren't here. You can come out, sit here, talk with me, do whatever you want. You don't have to be locked up in a room. Well, unknown to me, and I can kind of understand. Lisa said that don't let the cats go in there for longer than an hour. Well, I understand why, because mom's a smoker and she's not. But like today, as usual, uh, Daisy, who looks like a calico, a dark colored calico, when I first wake up in the morning, she's like whiny because she wants to be fed as soon as I'm up, or as soon as whoever is supposed to be taking care of them is up, and I don't do that. I'm like, no, you're gonna wait until at least noon, unless I decide that I'm tired of your whining. Um, Baby, which looks like a rag doll, and she's a really um, Hannah. Is that the Nordic way of saying Saturday? Um, I'm gonna have to catch up on some of you guys' comments, so give me a second. But Baby today was a whiner, and the only time Baby really whines is not for food; it's for attention. She is and she's an attention hog. Basically, she loves getting the right kinds of attention when she wants it. Let me go back and let's see here. Um, always wanted to go to California. Okay. How long was Jerry? She's going to stay off chemo until her back gets better. That's basically what the doctor and her agreed with. She'll be gone for 3 weeks. She's already been gone for one out of the three. but her sister and Lisa are taking care of her back wounds every night. But she's off chemo. So not. Hopefully, I probably messed that up, Hannah. Are you in Norway, or you just happen to know Norwegian? Um, recognizing English as Saturday. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Kicking made a huge intention jar for her. I wish I could show pictures. You know, that's great, Kicking. I was actually going to do some jar spell works today, but between a cat who wanted all the attention that she can get and me trying to do my laundry, I really did not sit down to do much in here. No, my husband is of the descent. Okay, okay, that's great that that he knows his forebears language. I've been trying to learn. I mean, I know I used to be able to speak fluent German. And that's one of my forebears from my mom's side of the family. But I've lost a lot of it. I mean, I could probably cuss up a storm if I wanted to. Um, I know some of the basic greetings and things of that nature. Hey tidbits, tidbits of life. Love that name. I really do. Um, but spending 3 years there helped out a lot. But like I said, that was 80 to 83. So like I've lost a lot. I mean, just like we left the Philippines where I was born, and I was like 2 or 3 years of age, and I remember one particular word from the Tagalog language, and that's "hindi," which means no. Must have heard a lot of that as a toddler, as a baby. Um, but that's the only Tagalog word from the Philippines I remember. Um, yeah, I have I had a lot of distractions today, and I'm hoping in the near future that I can start doing it. I'm like trying to write out all the information I need for making the particular jars I want to make. Um, one thing that Jerry has is she was given two items from our spiritual, what we call our spiritual advisor, because she's a shamanist. Um, one is just a jar that she made for Jerry, for positive energy and good intentions, and the other one was a candle. And I'm not going to give you all the details. Wiccan, you probably understand what this is, but it was a candle that's called Bitch Be Gone. Now, I'm not going to say what the intentions are for that candle or what Jerry's, it's all for Jerry basically, what her intentions are. So I'm like, I'm glad I don't have that candle because I know several names I would put on that candle. But it is definitely one of those things. Is if you're going to do any kind of candle magic, jar magic, crystal magic, anything like that, you have to have the right intentions for the right reasons. Um, because anybody who's ever read books on magic or studied um, Wiccan knows that if you're not properly prepared or have the proper intentions, the desired outcome can backfire. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not just jumping in head first into this. I'm jumping in feet first, because I want to know everything I can before I start doing anything, and I want to make sure that I have no distractions, and my mind is neither positive nor negative. It's just kind of like right there. Um, Even though it should be more in the positive, because everything I'm trying to do or everything I'm trying to learn to do is for the positive, all the right reasons, with all the positive intentions and good intentions possible. And there's a lot of information out there. Unfortunately, the one area that I want to or would have liked to study, but they don't have very many books on it, is Nordic um, magic. It's probably closer to Wiccan or Druidism than actual magic. Uh, Rose petals, a few different herbs, some vodka and rum, and a white candle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's what I think that's that one that one thing my wife got from her person. Um, Actually, one of the things that I got from her, it's kind of interesting. I think I read it once to you guys. It's called what is it? It's a talisman bottle, the force and mysticism of 9 lucky minerals, and these are basically different types of crystals. You got clear crystal, green quartz, rose quartz, red agate, citrine, onyx, blue quartz, amethyst, and red jasper. Now, and she put it in this neat looking little bottle. When I first saw it, I was like, "Ooh, it looks like one of those little airplane shot bottles." Nice little glass bottle. Of course, most of the bottles you get from an airplane that are filled with alcohol are plastic. That's glass. Autumn leaf. Jim, have you tried the lip balm yet? Which lip balm? Are you talking about the lip balm that Jerry got from Blue Bodie, or are you talking about some of the kind of lip balm? Because I mean, I've got chapstick, I've got Bliss sticks, I've got Burt's Bees. I mean, I've got all kinds of different chapsticks that are different for different purposes. Most of them though are to keep my lips moist because this time of year with the heat run, that dry heat that comes out of your furnace causes my lips to dry out and crackle. Causes my forehead to get dried out and start peeling or look like scales. You know. I'm sorry, Jerry got that, didn't she? Yes, she got it. Oh, I know what lip balm you're talking about now. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes, that was for Jerry. Um, it was actually suggested to her by Blue Bodie. Um, One of the reasons why I like her so much is she's down to earth. She's human. Let's put it that way. She's one of these people who she speaks her mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how anybody else feels about what she says around her. She speaks her mind. If people don't like it, that's their problem. Um, there's she's got so many licenses for shamanism and um, yeah, there's licenses you can get out there for being a certified shaman or anything like that. She's got a little shop down in the Tulsa area. I can't remember what the name of it. I think it was Blue Lotus or Black Lotus, something like that. But yeah, you can see her live on TikTok or Instagram or I forgot what else she's on. But be careful because there are a couple people out there that try to basically they take the real person's videos and try to make it look like it's them to basically get people to befriend her, and then one thing that the real Blue Bodie will not do is reach out to you and say, "Would you like a reading?" No, no, she doesn't reach out to anybody. It's one of those things where she doesn't want to invade other people's privacy or anything like that. She will only do card readings or astrological readings or things of that nature on her video. And if you want to have a personalized reading that is more directed towards you than the general populace, you would have to join her fan page and probably pay. Well, last time I had a card reading, it was like $30, and it's your choice. And your choice if you want to pay for that, and your choice if you want to just listen to her regular readings. She does tarot card readings. She does Norse oracle readings. She does astrological readings. That's just not even the tip of the iceberg. But she's a good person. I love her a lot. Um, Anyhow, have so much faith in my jar that I'm my eyes. Jerry will be fully healed. I don't know when, but I expect a full, happy, and healthy recovery for Jerry. That would be awesome. Kicking. I mean, I pray every day. I give offerings every day that Jerry will have a full recovery. I mean, she won't have like her back will be healed. She'll be able to live life without extreme pain. She will have to watch what she does though, because she'll still have, um, according to medical science, she'll still be considered a stage 4 cancer patient. I'm just hoping that she'll get to the point where they'll be like, you're in such remission, we can't even find any kind of cancer. Go ring that bell. Um, so what city in California you are in? I've always wanted to go to California. I hope you get the chance to go to California there, Autumn. I mean, I've been in to I've been to like the suburbs of not was it L.A. or Santa Monica? I can't remember where my cousin Diane used to live in California. If it was near San Diego or Los Angeles. Um, I have an aunt that just moved to Nevada from California. Um, Granted, I don't see eye to eye with that particular aunt because, well, I'm not going to get into it. I mean, simple. It's simple. Um, well, she believes in something really strongly, and I believe in something else very strongly. Yes, I agree with her that God and Jesus are part of the belief that I grew up with, but the way the church has portrayed Jesus and the time of year that he was born and a lot of other things that has to do with what the Bible says about Jesus and the way that the church has portrayed it or used that information for their whatevers. Susan Brown. I was listening to Norse Viking music this morning. Oh, who were you listening to? Because there's a lot of different groups out there that are really good. Um, what else do you do? What else do you want to do while Jerry is gone? Well, I've been trying to clean up the house. I've been trying to get my stuff situated so when Jerry comes home, I can help focus on her craft room. I'm wanting to get the the Christmas holiday decor up, even though it's the wrong type of decor. From I want something different, but I don't think they sell it that easily. Um, I'd like to get the interior, everything but the tree done, basically, because Jerry Ann and I have to go through all the 14 boxes worth of Christmas decor and decide what to keep and what not to keep and purge what we know we're not going to use or keep. So that has to wait until she gets home. My hands get so dry and crackly in the winter. Yeah. A lot of times what we think is winter weather causing our skin irritations, it's not just the winter weather. It's you're going from a nice warm dry heat of your home, which dries out your skin and all that stuff, then going outside where it's bone chilling cold that does not help. Um, I'd rather say not here. Okay, Margaret, I'm pretty sure we all understand because things happen. Try mixing oil with hand cream. Um, I figured it was castor oil. The other thing is instead of mixing castor oil with your hand cream, just go out and get like coconut butter or coconut cream. I tell you what, when I have coconut and I spread it on my forehead, which is the worst, not only does it give you a nice shine on your skin, but it's so smooth. And unfortunately for me, because of my skin and all my problems that I've had up here in my skin, I have to apply the coconut oil. It looks like a big old massive white coconut. Um, and I just take a scoop with my fingers and just rub it on my forehead and any other place that's dry on my face because that's where it gets the worst. Um, so Sheila, you're purging a lot of the holiday decor. Well, that's good. I mean, honestly, the way things have been going here with purging, and it's just as bad as I'm just as bad as Jerry. Is going through my stuff and going, okay, will I ever use that again? I really like it. You have to really, really, like dig deep to say yes. Let's just get rid of it. We haven't used it in a long time. It's beautiful, but it's not been used in a while. Um, where could you find it? Well, castor oil you can find just about any pharmaceutical store. Um, I don't think there's a Cabot oil, but I don't know. But I am Peyton. Oh, you are listening to Peyton Parrish. I love him. In fact, I got his album. Where's the eject button? I gotta clean that out. I don't know what the case is, but I got his album, and he and his crew signed the cover of the case. So I'm like, mom's got or not mom, excuse me. Jerry's got the band, so I have no way listening to this to and from work. So a lot of times I'll come in here and I'll just turn this on and listen to it for a while, especially in the morning time. Because I tell you what, some of those songs that he has on there wakes me up. I mean, it gets me going. But you can go on to Amazon Music, YouTube Music, any of the music platforms. You can look up Peyton Parrish and literally download every single one of his songs. His Viking songs, uh, he's got some country, he's got some pop. Um, but yeah, I love him. I love his music. But if you want to really get some good hardcore Viking or Norse type music, there's two groups that I'm going to suggest. I just want to find a piece of paper to write them on so you can see how to spell them because sometimes people go, how do you spell that? Um, one of them, I'm going to tell you the one that I listen to the most, but the other one, because I don't remember how to spell it, unless I can look real quick. Uh, yeah, Valhalla. Oh yeah. Um, bugger. I know it's in here. Don't play. Don't play. I don't want you to play. I just want to look at my songs, my artists. It's probably towards the bottom of the artists. I've got a lot. Here we go. This is the one that's hardest to spell. I'll probably mess up the saying too because I don't. I have a hard time pronouncing this word. But these are the two groups that I listen to. Top one is Theater, and it's some hardcore English. Or well, no, they've got some hardcore music. Some of it's in English, some of it's in Norwegian or Icelandic or something like that. That the other one is I pronounce it Skald, Skald, and they have some really good music. I would play it on here, but I don't want to get into any kind of like, oh, he's playing somebody else's music. I bet you he doesn't have permission. Not from you guys, but there's some people out there who would do that. Let's see here. Okay. Alexa just binged. Probably got a notification of some sort. Okay. Jim, the music on the opening credit of the Vikings, especially great. Yes, the opening song from Vikings, and you can look that up, is pretty good. I mean, the original song for the first part of most of the Viking season was a song called "Give Me More," and I can't remember. I don't know the artist, but it's really good music. Um, Never heard of them kicking. Like I said, most of the music I listen to is like I don't listen to the hard rock type stuff. What I would call acid rock, which is there's a group out there called Abernathy, and I mean it's hard, guttural, like deep throat. Just some of these. I mean, I can't get all the lyrics down, but some of it's just like, yeah, put your hand through that person's chest and rip their heart out. Okay, sure. No, thank you. Celtic Woman, Celtic Thunder. Yes, I listen to them. There's a couple of songs from both groups that, especially Celtic Woman, that I really really love. Um, um, Kaken, are you talking about the group you put up there before the Ultram Thor? Yeah, I can't even spell it or say it. No, I have not heard of them. Um, but yeah, the is anybody having problem with feedback because my phone is my the image on my phone is frozen. I'm just hoping none of you guys are frozen. Because I'm wondering if I did something wrong to my phone. Because my phone is very picky lately. I mean, if I have too much in the background, it just wants to be goofy. But okay, here we go. Maybe it's working. Maybe it's just me and my phone. I don't know because like I said, my phone's been like problematic as of late. Um, you having problems kicking, or is it something to do with the music? I just got lost, so forgive me. Um, but anyhow, I got 10 minutes till the hour. Um, no feedback. Oh, no problem. Okay. Um, got about 10 minutes to the hour, and I kind of don't want to quit at the hour, but at the same time, I don't want to go too. I don't want to take this too far or too long because I have some last minute projects before I settle in. Cheers, Sunset Shore. Yes, I've no. Um, Tyr is the group. Sunset Shore might be one of their songs, but it's just Tyr. Tyr. Um, but of course, since Peyton Parrish has been putting his music out on YouTube and TikTok for a while, I might play one of his songs here in a moment. One of the songs that I enjoy. So just hold on for a second, and maybe we'll do that. But that is my if this radio doesn't screw up on me because Lisa gave it to me, and I was playing music earlier, and it started having like something wrong was wrong with the player. Oh gosh. Okay. Where's the fast forward button? Ah, it's not. Oh, there we go. I like this song. Oh, okay. No problem. They're kicking. But this is a song that wakes me up every morning, so we're just gonna give it a moment. Maybe I have. If you can't hear it, let me know. I'll turn it up. Well, kicking. Yeah. The problem with this room is every time I get it clean, um, somehow stuff gets moved in here. Like, there's a lot of stuff next to me that I'm not going to show you. That basically was in the back of the minivan, but because they needed the minivan to get to go to Vegas and then go to Texas, because originally when Jerry was getting ready to go to Texas, she thought that she had basically had her brother-in-law find her a scooter, a roundabout type scooter, and it basically got sold out from underneath her. When they got there, they found out it was sold already. So the van was a better vehicle than the Prius because the stuff that they were going to end up having, which they're not going to have now. So it's kind of like one of those. Let's see here. Song really is reaching into my soul. Yeah. No problem. This is Heart of a Dane. It's on his album, number two song. On the album that I just showed you earlier. So yeah, it's a good song. I mean, I love it. Debbie, if you have nothing better to say, go elsewhere because it's lived in. It really is. And no, this room and the craft room are probably the worst of the one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, about 10 rooms. Ah, she's complaining about my house. I wonder what her house looks like. You know. Thank you, Hannah. I removed her because I wasn't gonna deal with it. You're right, kicking. Gotta have things in the proper place right now. Not everything is in the proper place. Hold on, that's a different song. I have not completed my apothecary area because I'm still working on it. I mean, I've got all the jars filled with all the herbs and whatnot that I'm probably going to need. I've got crystals everywhere right now. I got to find places for them so they're in a nice place, um, or where I want them. Oh, excuse me, my eye itches. I think I just got a flake or something in it. But here, I'm just going to turn this so you can see it. I mean, it's it's probably the worst. It's probably the only area that does not have things where it should be. Besides the stuff that's supposed to go in a van for RVing or whatever. But as you can tell, I have most of it set up. I just have to reorganize a few things, like some of my crystals and some of the jars of spices and herbs. Oh, excuse me. So I mean, yeah, my room right now, this room right now, might look a little in need of help. Um, but the thing is I know what everything is. I know where it's gonna go when it's time to put it there. Um, I wish I had a better storage system for a lot of the stuff that's behind me because that's all camping gear and whatnot, and I have no place to put it all. So I just try to make the best of it. As long right now, for as I'm concerned, as long as I can get to my desk and do the things I need to do at my desk, and I can get to the different jars of herbs which aren't put away yet because stuff that's in front of this hutch that I just showed you. Um, it's just a matter of time. You know, I would love to be able to take all this camping gear and stuff it in giant totes and put those in the shed outside. Well, I don't stress anything anymore. Kicking, I've gotten to the point where it's like there's no reason to stress it. I mean, what is it going to do? It's going to cause me to have problems of one form or another caused by the stress, and it ain't worth it. That in fact, half these trolls or no, I'm not going to say that word. It might be a bad. It might be taken. It's my stuff. It's my life. I never asked anybody to come in here and judge my life. I never asked anybody to critique what I'm supposed to be doing with my stuff. I've never asked anybody of anything except for understanding. You know, there's no reason for the headaches that these people want to try to cause people like us who are trying our best to live a regular life without stress. You know, that in fact, I think they're just not happy with the fact that I'm becoming happy. Um, yeah, the background. Which one? The one that you always see behind me, or the one I just showed you? Um, I think two of these tapestries came from viewers. In fact, I think the one behind me came from Michelle Weeks, and this other one might have come from, I think it was Sheila. Um, I'm not 100% sure because I don't always remember who gave me what. I'm just very appreciative of it. Um, you should sit at that angle when you record. Oh, over here like this so you guys can see it. um, let's see here. Susan, is it possible to post photos on live? I don't know if you can post photos on live. Might have to go back and edit. Jerry Ann knows that stuff better than I do. I just come in here, record what I want to record, and send it to you. I don't edit. I don't buff. I don't make it look pretty and snazzy and all that stuff. To me that's just it's decorations, but at the same time it's who I am. And I don't do anything to cover myself up. I mean, the only thing I do, um, I come in here, I brush my hair. That's it. Comb my hair. That's it. In fact, you might notice this weird shape in my beard. That's because when I go to work, I put a rubber band at the top and the bottom to keep my beard in one location, and then I wear a mask over that so nobody can complain about my beard. What's this? I have to say, your live tonight was very enjoyable. Unlike the last one I caught, it was like a zoo. Yeah, I've had a couple of weird ones. Um, Jim, you seem to be in such a better place this week. Good for you. I really enjoy the content today. Well, I'm glad you did, Susan. Don't give them the pleasure of having us talk back to them. I don't. I don't. If I see it on the comment section, um, depending on the tone or whatever, I usually boot it out or just sometimes I leave it alone. Nobody if nobody responds, good. Um, let's see here. If you're right, I gave you the light brown one. Light brown one. Okay, that would be. Hold on, I'm sorry. That one right there. That's with a Nordic ship and the Nordic compass. I forgot what they call it. The something of I can't remember. Sorry. Um. Let's see. Kick it. Just make them and just make them and intention jar Jim. That is the easiest way of using magic. I have skill sets in many different ways to use magic, though, so don't worry. Not a problem. Whoop. Not a problem, kicking. I appreciate what you are doing. Oh, hush. My stomach is hungry. Um, but anybody who's interested in the Nordic people, this is supposed to be Finrod, the Hellhound of Hela. The first time I actually hung this up and displayed it, there were a lot of people going, "Oh, that's demonic," blah 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 blah. And I went, "No, it's not. It's Nordic mythology, but the symbols are demonic. No, they're not. They're words in an ancient writing." Just, are you trying to get a real one, Hannah? Because I have not used a real one in a long time for a lot of different reasons. Um, no, I have an artificial one, but after learning certain things about spell jars, I'm like, maybe we should have gotten a real one this year because then the pine needles could be collected to be used in different works. But, it is what it is. I'm sorry, I must have done something that made it harder for you to hear me. Probably moved the wiring or something like that the wrong way. Um, okay, Margaret, it might be something on your end if you're having issues, but nobody else is. I'm sorry. Yes, real one. That's what my husband likes. I don't blame you. I mean, there's so many benefits of a real one. I mean, not just because you're introducing into your home a living entity, and you're caring for it so it survives a little bit longer after it's been cut from its roots. But I mean, the pine needles, the pine cone, um, the sap, and they're all usable items for spellworks. Not that I'm trying to give you information because I don't know if you're interested in that stuff, but I'm just telling you some of the benefits of a real tree. Yes, the smell of a real tree. I end up what I end up doing is I put up my fake tree, and I've got these little sticks that you can entwine in the fake tree to make it smell like a real pine tree. Unfortunately, I can't do more than one because my mom starts to sneeze and gets all irritated by it. That's the other reason for an artificial tree is because of the allergies. Yeah, you're right. Bad allergies. A lot of people do have bad allergies. I started having problems with the real tree and did not realize it was a tree until I was like, um, it's wintertime. We're in New York. There is no pollen right now. Everything is dormant. Why am I sneezing? The tree. Um, yeah, I mean, for those of you who cannot have a real tree, you can go out and buy these little sticks. They're pine scented, and you can put it in the tree where you want to. Um, I have to watch what I'm going to do this year when I put one in there because I have a pair of cats who are used to trees, according to Lisa, but I don't know if they're used to the smell because she also uses artificial trees. Just thinking about it is making my nose itch. um, wolves are breathtaking. I was in Yellowstone about a year or so after they released the the first group of wolves into Yellowstone, trying to do a reintroduction program, and being in Yellowstone and listening to them in the distance and their howling and their sounds, so majestic, so majestic. Um, I can understand that, Hannah. A lot of people don't like cutting a tree down and end up having to throw it away or take it to the city dump where they dispose of it. Um, Me, I probably would have tried to use up as much of the tree as I could before getting rid of it. Unfortunately, pine is not a good wood to throw in a fireplace. It spits and sparkles and embers go flying no, thank you. Well, Sheila, according to Lisa, she said yes. So but my wife, not my mom, my wife wants to wait until um Hold on a second. Until she gets back from her vacation to put up the tree. The thing is I don't know when she's coming back. I thought she said the 23rd, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing a rush drive on a tree, but she might have said the 13th, which doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is, and sorry, my lips are starting to hurt. But I'm willing to wait until she gets back. I mean, either way, either before Christmas or after Christmas, when we start to take everything down, we have to purge. We have to go through 14 boxes of Christmas decorations to purge. Because I'm like, 15, 14, I don't care. Anything above 10 for one holiday, especially any given holiday, um, that's overkill. But the thing is, like, she's got a box with decorations for the kitchen. She's got a box of decorations for the dining room. She's got a box of decorations for the fireplace. She's got decorations for basically the doors of every room in the house, except for mom's two bedroom, two doors, or three doors, I should say. She's used to decorating a whole house, not just a room or a tree. She goes all out, which my dad used to love decorating for Christmas, but he didn't go all out like that. He would do the tree and the outside decorations, and that's it. And I'm like, that's the way I think. That's the way I think it is. But I'm a minimalist. She's not. You know, I love her to pieces, but sometimes I'm like, there's just way too much stuff. Let's see here. But wolves are not pets, so as long as they are in their environment, I'm good with them. Don't care for a hybrid. I would not do a hybrid. I've heard stories about hybrids that sometimes, depending on what elements or what domesticated dog they're bred with, um, could be a bad mix. Could be a bad batch. As for living with wolves, well, I know of a gentleman. Well, I know him through YouTube. Or not, is it YouTube or I don't know, but I've we've emailed back and forth. He lives up in Canada, and he has a small educational pack of wolves. They're real wolves. They're not that dangerous, Hannah. I'll tell you this much: wolves are not that dangerous. But this guy literally spends most of his days in the paddock with these wolves because they think he's the alpha. And I'm like, well, yeah, if you treat, I mean, any animal, it don't matter what kind of animal it is. All right, if you treat any animal with dignity and respect, they're going to return that you know that feeling. Wolves are pack animals. Wolves, if they think you're part of the pack, you're good. You can roam around with them. You can sit there with them. You can pet them. You can play with them. You just have to understand their body language and their sounds. Um, I've never seen a wolf attack a human being unless provoked. Um, yes, I would have. I love animals too much. I love nature too much. See, the misconception about wolves is wolves are just vicious pack animals that go after livestock and chicken coops and whatever they can get their mouth around. No, no. About ready to educate you. Wolves. The reason why wolves were reintroduced into Yellowstone National Park is because the other animals that they ate, they predatory. I forgot how you pronounce it, but they that was their food chain. The wolves had not been in Yellowstone in ages, like since Teddy Roosevelt. But it was decided because the grass and all the greenery and whatnot that the herds of elk and moose and deer, pronghorn, all the different animals that eat the grass. There's only two main predators up there, and they weren't good enough. And that was bears and mountain lion. They didn't do an efficient job because one, bears would hibernate. Mountain lions, I don't know if they hibernated or not, but they weren't really good at their job of controlling the herds. So they decided after research to reintroduce the wolves because the wolves are designed by God to search for the weak links that could cause death, disease, or any other kind of problems with the wild herds that they normally eat. So the complaint by people saying, "Oh, they attacked my goats, or they attacked my sheep, or they attacked my cattle," well, did you check the health of that animal before the incident? Because I'm pretty sure the only reason why they would have done that if their source of natural food, which is elk, antelope, deer, moose, bison, the things in Yellowstone National Park that were getting out of control. It was decided by the researchers and uh, the government basically that it would be best to reintroduce a small pack into Yellowstone because there was such a large amount of food. One pack developed into 9 different packs in the Yellowstone area and beyond. But the government made a contract with the local farmers and cattlemen and herders that if there's proof that a wolf, not a bunch of wild dogs, not a bunch of what they call it when a dog becomes undomesticated, but they don't have a pack mentality. I can't remember what it was, but if they can prove it was a wolf and not a bunch of wild dogs, um, the government would pay the farmer or herder or whatever, you know, the going price for that particular animal on the market. No, I have not listened to the Hugh, Hannah. Um, but it's been proven, Rogue. Okay. Um, it's been proven that wolves will not go near human livestock unless they do not have nothing else to eat. And then when they do go after the livestock, they're still doing their natural thing, and that's looking for the diseased or sick animal. In truth, they're not encroaching on us. We've encroached on them. And the misconception about wolves, because of all the different stories that we grew up with, Little Red Riding Hood, the Big Bad Wolf, have caused us to fear the wolf when there's no fear. There should be no fear. They're just doing their job. They're doing what God put them on the earth to do. Sea wolves. I've never heard of a sea wolf. I've heard of sea lions, but not a wolf. Yeah, I don't understand, Hannah, why in Alaska wolves have been put on the endangered or threatened list. Because down here in the lower 48, especially up near Montana, Minnesota, all the way, like from like the West Coast all the way to the Great Lakes region, they've got wolves all over the area, and they're thriving. And I think the biggest reason why they're thriving is because of all the natural foods that they eat on a regular basis have gotten out of control because of the lack of natural predator. Um, hmm, interesting. I've never heard of that, but well, with nature, anything's possible. Um, okay, but anyhow, is it really 7? Yeah. Okay. I um I just realized how much time I've been on here. I've been on here for almost an hour and a half. Not that I want to go because I've been having a good day. I mean, you guys have been great. We only had one troll, and we nipped that in the bud real quick. Oh, okay. They've never been endangered or threatened. Yeah, well, Alaska's such a big state with a very wide variety of food sources for the wolves. In fact, I think in Alaska it's more dangerous to deal with the bears than the wolves. I'd rather deal with the wolves. Um, I've seen some of the footprints on some of those bears up there, especially that big old freaking Kodiak. That Kodiak bear is probably one of the most dangerous animals on the face of the planet. I mean, population approximately 2,700 wolves and growing in Minnesota. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that one bit. Um, I don't even know what the count was in Yellowstone the last time I was there back in 2010. But they have a pack of wolves called the Sawtooth Mountain Pack. And last time they counted the pack alone, it was 30 wolves. 30 wolves in a pack. That's unheard of. But because, like I said, the amount of prey there available for those wolves, I'm not surprised there's a pack that's 30 members strong. Um, Moose and bears in Anchorage have gotten scary. Um, I don't know about moose because I mean, yeah, they're big, they're tall, they got that big old rack of antlers, and they can easily tear the roof off your home just by butting up against them, trying to get the fur or whatever they call it off their horns after wintertime. Bears, yeah, because they can rip through a lot of stuff just to get to food. A garbage can. I mean, they can rip open a garbage can. They can rip doors off of homes or buildings or bust through a window if they wanted. You know, pull a window down if they wanted to get into your kitchen. Um, yeah, if I lived anywhere near bears, I'd find a way to bear proof my house quickly. Moose in British Columbia have charged people many times. I wonder why. I mean, I know my experiences in Yellowstone taught me a lot of different things about the animals out there, like bison. Bisons are nearsighted, but they've got excellent hearing and an excellent sense of smell. Bison can weigh a good ton or more, and they can walk across the crust of the earth where there's like right down where Old Faithful is. You can see them bison crossing that open area. That's basically you're not we human beings aren't supposed to go on there, but they cross it all the time. But I remember a story from Yellowstone. Uh, okay, um, I don't know. One time I remember a story out of Yellowstone where an elderly gentleman and his wife were visiting Yellowstone, the Geyser Basin area, and there was a bison munching on grass on one side of the tree, and the guy decided he wanted to stand on the other side of the tree and have his wife take a picture. Well, the tree was 30 foot plus tall, one of them lodgepole pine trees. Well, during the picture episode, the bison come running around the tree, hit him, launched him over the tree, and he came down hard. I'm going to say that he's lucky to survive because that's just something you don't want. I can tell you a lot of funny things about Yellowstone, but I don't know if we've got time for that. Okay, Hannah. Yeah, I'm probably going to be going offline pretty soon, anyhow. So you have a good night. Um, yeah, some of the funny things that I've heard out of Yellowstone, let alone the scary stuff I've had heard out of Yellowstone, it makes me. I mean, because I'm a nature person, it makes me go, okay, yeah, that's something to take note in. And these are some of the things that the employees are taught by the park rangers. One, don't play with the animals; they're wild. Two, stay on the trails. You don't know what's underneath your feet when you step off the trails. Um, Another one is if you're going hiking, go with a group. The more people and the more noise you make as you're walking through the park, the less likely you're going to come across a bear because they'll hear the noise and run in the opposite direction. Um, Another thing is if you're camping out in the wild, you're given permission to camp in a non-designated area, or even if you're camping in a designated area, put your food in a cooler, then hang that cooler from a sturdy tree branch. Because if that cooler is left on the ground where the bears can get to it in the middle of the night, you might not have a cooler, let alone food, by the time you wake up. Okay. But I mean, it's the information that you're given as a not only a worker for the company that does the hotel and fast food services, all the services. Um, the the jobs are great. I worked there twice. I loved them. I enjoyed the landscape. I enjoyed being out there. The first year I was out there, I'm going to tell you a quick story, then I'm going to get off. The first year I was out there, my duty station was at the Mammoth Hot Springs fast food operation, and I loved working out there. You know, the thing is, they told us because that area is populated with elk, and during the rutting, excuse me, during the rutting season, those guys with the big old horns will do anything and everything to protect their little harem, even chasing after motorized vehicles. I remember that year, a guy in a red pickup truck had the whole side of his pickup truck, brand new looking pickup truck, torn to shreds by a big bull elk. I mean, that big old bull elk went running up to it and just went, and the whole side was just ripped to shreds. Um, and I was like, yeah, that's why we don't go messing with them during the rutting season because if they feel threatened or their harem is threatened, they don't hesitate to challenge. Mm-mm. No hesitation whatsoever. And the um, the other thing while I was there that year at Mammoth Hot Springs is my dormitory was kind of like set off the side. There was like this big space between the building I worked in and my dormitory, and you had to learn how to walk carefully in that open space. Not just because of the elk in the rutting season, but because of the fresh pellets. Can you guess what kind of pellets we're talking about? We're talking about poo. Lots and lots of poo. Thanks, JD. But when we were able to sit out on the balcony or porch area of the dorm without having to worry about elk or any other critters, we had fun with chipmunks. These little guys would literally get up on your knee and beg for a morsel of food. So if you had a bag of peanuts, you had a bunch of little friends waiting for you to feed them. They were cute. They were playful, but I love them. Um, Hold on a second. I have to read the whole thing. There, JD. Yeah, JD, you're right. When you love something, you never stop learning. You know. My my grandmother or my grandparents back in the '70s, before we were shipped off to Germany, they gave me this big old box of index cards with information about animals from around the world, and it was one of my treasured possessions until it turned up missing somehow between coming from Germany, getting back to the States. It just disappeared. But yeah, I'm looking at my timer up there, and I'm looking at my time down here, and I'm like, oh, I gotta stop. I've been on for almost an hour and a half. Actually, over an hour and a half. 95.30 some odd minutes. But I actually enjoyed this tonight. I hope you guys did. I mean, I really liked sharing some of my music, my stories, my memories. Um, I'm just glad that we didn't have too many problem children coming through. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. So this one doesn't take 2.5 days to load. Enjoyable visit, yeah. I think it was. I mean, if it wasn't, if it wasn't for certain things reminding me, going, "Hey, guess what? You're talking too much." Yeah. Um. So I'm gonna bid you guys a good night. Good night, JD. Hopefully everybody has a good week ahead of them. I'm gonna try. What age were you while you were in Germany? We got there in 1980, so I was 9, 10, and well, we got home back in 83, early 83. So yeah, 19, 11 years of age. So it's been a while. That was back in the early 80s. Yay, Reagan. Um, but yeah, I'm I'm gonna go finish my laundry and then go to bed. I need that laundry done because I need work clothes. So, but anyhow, you guys have a good night. Good night, Margaret, Sheila, um, Kathy. So, if you don't see me during the week because I got too busy and forgot about doing videos, you will see me every Saturday night between 6 and 7, depending on when I get dinner done. So, guys, have a good one. Bye.